He planned a birthday party for his wife, but found her cheating instead. I didn't expect my world to crack open at 6:47 p.m. That time is engraved into me like a burn mark. The catering van was already parked outside our house. Pink balloons, ribbons, a cake the size of my pride, all set for her surprise birthday party. I remember standing by the dining table, checking the last candle when my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number, just 2 words, "Check upstairs." No name, no context, no explanation, just a command, cold, blunt, and terrifyingly direct. For a moment, I laughed under my breath. Some sick joke, I thought. Some accidental wrong number. But something inside me, something ancient, something I had ignored for too long, twisted. The house was too quiet, too peaceful, too intentional. The kind of silence you don't notice until it's the only thing left. I walked toward the stairs like a man wading into deep water. My heartbeat wasn't loud. It wasn't frantic. It was calm. Too calm. That was my first warning. Halfway up, I heard it. A muffled sound. Half laughter, half whisper. Not hers. Not his. At least, not yet. But familiar. A breath caught in my throat. Not because I knew what I feared, but because I realized I already knew the answer. Somewhere inside me, the truth had been rotting quietly for months. At the top of the stairs, another buzz, another message. Open the door. And then, soft, rhythmic sounds from behind the bedroom door. Movements. Breathing. Her breathing. My hand trembled on the doorknob. But my mind? Cold. Too cold. I pushed the door open, just enough to see silhouettes, not faces. 2 bodies tangled. Her voice a soft whisper of someone she wasn't with me anymore. I didn't step inside. I didn't yell. I didn't break. I closed the door quietly, walked downstairs, and stood again by the table covered in balloons and confetti, like a man watching his future dissolve with every breath. This was the moment everything ended, and the moment I began planning what came next. The story didn't start that night. It ended that night. But the beginning? The beginning was smaller, quieter. A missed kiss before work. A forced smile at dinner. A phone screen tilted away. Tiny fractures, invisible until the whole structure collapsed. Her name is Emily, my wife, my 7-year promise. For months she had been drifting. The late-night work emergencies, the new gym streak, the distance in her eyes when she spoke to me, as if I were an inconvenience in her own house. But I forgave everything, or rather, I ignored everything, because love makes fools out of us long before betrayal does. The birthday was supposed to fix things, a soft reset, a reminder. Instead, it became the autopsy of our marriage. There were small details I had brushed off. The unfamiliar cologne lingering on her coat. The way she hid her smile after texting. The sudden obsession with her appearance. The unexplained friend from work. The secret, quiet happiness she tried so hard to suppress whenever she thought I wasn't looking. And now, all of it burned with clarity. The truth was never hiding. I simply chose blindness over pain. Until the door opened. Until the silhouettes moved together. Until her breath belonged to someone else. My first reaction wasn't anger. It was shame. Not because she cheated, but because I suspected it, felt it, lived with it, and did nothing. Not anymore. That night, while laughter drifted upstairs, I began planning the slow, deliberate unraveling of the woman who destroyed me. The next morning she came down smiling, as if nothing happened, as if I hadn't watched her betrayal with my own eyes. She kissed my cheek, lightly, absently, like a chore. I didn't move. I didn't speak. "Is everything okay?" she asked, pouring coffee like any normal day. Her voice soft, pretending. always pretending. Yes, I answered. Simple, flat, a mask over the storm inside. If she noticed the emptiness in my tone, she ignored it. That was her favorite skill, ignoring things until they disappeared. But I wasn't disappearing. I was watching, recording, planning. That day I moved like a ghost with purpose, quiet, unseen, precise. I checked phone records. I checked shared cloud backups. I checked location histories she believed she deleted. People think secrets are safe when hidden behind passwords, but digital shadows never lie. His name appeared again and again. Liam, her coworker, her harmless friend. There were deleted photos, restorable, conversations, buried but recoverable, receipts from hotels, gym check-ins that were nowhere near the gym. Piece after piece, the puzzle built itself, each detail slicing into me with surgical cruelty. But I didn't break, I didn't scream, I didn't confront. I waited, I watched. I studied her movements like a scientist observing a dangerous animal. Predictable in instinct, pathetic in intelligence, blind to the trap closing around her. At night, she crawled into bed with me, placed her hand on my chest, whispered, "I love you." Her voice trembled. Guilt. But guilt isn't remorse. Guilt is merely fear of consequences. I said nothing. I simply stared at the ceiling. Her breathing slowed. Mine didn't. By the end of the week, I had everything. Evidence, dates, recordings, screenshots. Enough to end a marriage. Enough to end her. But I wanted more than exposure. I wanted truth. Raw. Undeniable. Cut from her own mouth. Cold justice requires patience. And patience was all I had left. It happened on a Sunday morning, quiet, soft rain tapping on windows, the kind of day built for confessions. I sat at the kitchen table with a folder in front of me. Printed evidence. Every lie, every betrayal, every moment of my humiliation, organized neatly, like a report card of her sins. She came downstairs wearing the necklace I bought her for our anniversary. A necklace she wore the night she slept with him. Something inside me twisted, but not painful, more like acceptance. "What's all that?" she asked. Her voice too light, too cautious. "Sit," I said. She froze. That single word rooted her in place. She sat slowly, hands trembling. Good. Let her tremble. I pushed the folder toward her. Read. She opened it. Saw the screenshots, the dates, the photos, the hotel receipts. Her face drained of color. I can explain." "You already have," I said, calm, detached, almost bored. She flipped through the pages with frantic breaths. Her eyes filled with tears. Not sorrow, not regret, but fear. "Please, I didn't mean." "You meant everything," I said. Silence. Thick. Heavy. Humiliating. She reached for me. I leaned back. Her hand hung in the air. Pathetic. Desperate. "This isn't what you think," she whispered. A line rehearsed by cheaters since time began. I stood up, walked to the counter, picked up my phone. She watched me with wide, drowning eyes. "What are you doing?" "Finishing it," I said. I dialed Liam's number, put it on speaker. He answered instantly. "Hey, babe, I've been waiting." The breath left her body like she'd been stabbed. She slammed her hand on the phone. Too late. Too late for everything. She spiraled, cried, begged, collapsed onto the floor as if the weight of her lies finally crushed her. I didn't comfort her. I didn't shout. I simply watched her. A stranger. A liar. A woman who gambled her marriage and lost. "You can't leave me," she whispered through tears. "You can't. Please, please, I love you." "No," I said. "You loved the attention. You loved the thrill. You loved the lie." I walked to the living room, Picked up the wrapped birthday gift I had bought her, a framed photo of us on our honeymoon. I placed it in her lap. She stared at it as if it were a gravestone. "It was supposed to be a good day," she cried. "It was," I replied, "just not for you." She looked up at me, broken, raw, unrecognizable. "What are you going to do?" I smiled, a small, controlled, surgical smile. Already done. She didn't understand. Not yet. I handed her a document, the one with the only sentence that mattered. Filed the night I saw her upstairs. Signed the morning after. Processed yesterday. A divorce decree. Her birthday gift. "The marriage ended the moment you made your choice," I said. "This is just the paperwork." Her mouth quivered. A sound escaped, half sob, half denial. "Happy birthday," I added softly. Not cruel, not loud, just final. Then I walked out, leaving her with the evidence of her betrayal, the ruins of her lies, and the silence she created. People expect heartbreak to be loud, explosive, violent. Mine wasn't. Mine was quiet, silent like a room after the last guest leaves. Silent like a man who has nothing left to lose. I moved into a small apartment overlooking the river. No memories, no ghosts, no her. For weeks she tried to contact me. Calls I didn't answer, messages I didn't read, voicemails filled with apologies that meant nothing. And then, silence. Finally. Sometimes I wonder what hurt her more, losing me, or realizing I didn't fight for her. But that's the thing about betrayal. It doesn't deserve a battle, only a burial. And I buried her the day I closed that bedroom door. The day I walked away, I didn't just leave her. I left the version of myself that tolerated her lies. I left the man who loved her. I left the man who betrayed. Now, I'm still quiet, still calm, still composed, but different, sharper, colder. Some endings don't break you, they reveal you. And the final truth came to me slowly, like dawn after a storm. She didn't ruin my life. She freed it.